and welcome to Metaphysical Happy Hour. I am your co-host, Cassie Clayton, and
I'm your host, Tracy Escobar, also known as Red Couch Medium. Hello, Miss Cassie.
hello.
Man, can you believe it's December already?
Right?
No. Like, where has this
Where did the year go?
gone? It's so crazy. This year has been so crazy. It's gone by so fast. Already 2023 is about to be here and getting planning. You know, we've been on the air over a year, haven't we?
Yeah, we are going into our second year.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to pick an anniversary date. I feel like I need to go back and figure out when our first show was, and we can pick out an anniversary date.
Yes.
Well, we have a great show tonight. I'm super excited. But before we introduce, we're going to do some shameless plugs. It's the shameless plug portion of our show.
Tracy, go for it.
Want me to go first? Yeah, I just got back from Richmond, Virginia. I had an amazing time. So first I want to say hello to all my Norfolk people, my new friends in Norfolk, Virginia at the Memorial Spirit Religious Church. Thanks for hosting me. I had a great time. So shameless plug. I had the release of my book, You Can Be a Medium. There it is. How a Red Couch led me to mediumship and turned my pain into purpose. It's now available through my website. If you want a signed copy, $25, or you can get it on Amazon. So there you go. Cassie, what's up with you?
Well, I do websites, logos, and branding materials specifically for spiritual business owners. And the month of December, I am doing a package where it's a bundle offer. So if you do your website and your logo all at the same time, then it's a $300 discount, and it doesn't matter which package you're signing up for. So yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. It's a good deal. You get essentially you're getting your logo and branding package half off. So that's kind of awesome.
And just so you guys know, she did all of mine. So hello. Yeah. So if you want to see what her work looks like, you can go to my website and take a look. I also have a sale too. I forgot, 30% off gift certificates. And what people are doing is go buy your gift certificate, get the discount, and then you can just use it for a reading. So you're not having to pay full price right now. And that sale goes on through the end of the month. So are you ready?
I am so ready.
All right, I'm hand it back over to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So tonight we have Hollywood's Good Witch, Patti Negri, joining us. She is the author of Old World Magick for the Modern World, and we are going to bring her on and let her talk about her and Patti, we are so excited to have you join us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I'm thrilled to be here. My kitty was bothering me, so you have Grace too.
Oh, Grace! Hello, Grace. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. I don't run this household. A dachshund and a kitten do.
I love it.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, my name's Patti. I am a psychic and a medium. And
tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell our listeners. Yeah.
Okay. I have been talking to the other side since I could talk. I've literally been doing seances since I was 7 or 8 in my little suburban Los Angeles home. I kept it kind of separate most of my life because I lived kind of a corporate production life until 2008 when the corporate world crashed and reality television went like this, and all of a sudden I became the go-to person.
Nice.
Most known for Ghost Adventures. I've been doing that since 2015, but almost every other show out there because I live in the middle of Hollywood. So there you go. But it's a passion. It's great. I turned it in. I traded in the HR department for paranormal. It's a little better.
So yeah, I'm in the benefits world, and I'm waiting to trade it in too.
Yeah, it's not as hard as anybody thinks.
Yeah.
Actually, I did it kicking and screaming because I was like, no, this is not, no. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was asked somebody to do a seance in reality. I'm like, no, I can't. And I'm looking at my empty calendar going, well, maybe I can.
Just say yes.
And they said the name of the show. And I'm like, well, nobody's going to watch that show. Little did I know. It's like, oh, wait, they all did, all my clients. And I'm still here. And it's okay. My first phone call from my biggest national bank clients, like, I saw you on TV, like, oh, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. They're never gonna hire me. She's like, I didn't know you were into the paranormal. I love the paranormal. I'm like, yeah. And she told me her first ghost story. I'm like, all right, I'm out of the closet. I'm out of the broom closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. what am I doing?
Oh,
You know?
what a great story. Yeah, what a great story.
Absolutely. I actually really love watching like a lot of the interviews, especially right at the intro. Because when you basically come on, you're like, I'm psychic, I'm a medium, and I'm a witch. And sometimes the other person's reaction is a little bit like, oh,
Okay. I know.
all right then. But one of the things I love about it, about you, Patti, is that you do deal with the paranormal, but you bring light to that. You always come from a very high and very bright perspective in regards to, because I know that sometimes people can look at the paranormal and kind of see it as something scary or something like, ooh, what is that? Whereas you just kind of bring the light into that.
Because you bring a candle into a dark, scary room, you bring in the light. You see the dark, scary shadows and everything that's going on. But I think we have to, because the world is scary. We do know that. And we like to look at the scary things. I mean, paranormal groups, you got to go to the prison and the insane asylum and the serial killer's house. They don't want to hang where the ghosts are hanging from the chandelier. That's human. But when times are scary like they are now, people traditionally would go back to their faith, go to church, go to temple, prayers. Times are scary. That's not keeping up for everybody. So a lot of people are going, alternative. Witchcraft is big, new age, crystals and things. But a lot of people don't want religion, and they don't even want spirituality. They just want to know there's something more than I see on my TV screen that looks so scary about pandemics. They're becoming paranormal investigators.
They are.
So almost like the next religion. I mean, I don't want to call it a religion because that'll mess it up completely. Right. And then they get in, and then they often, once they experience something, oh my gosh, it's real, this other world, then they might backdoor into a belief system, whatever belief system.
As long as you believe in it, yeah.
You need to bring light, like you guys with what you do and who you are, bringing the light. It's not just let's go hunt ghosts. It's like the whole picture.
Will you tell our listeners what is a ghost? Like,
oh, what is a ghost?
Yeah,
okay, I thought you were going to tell me what you told your listeners. Yep. To me, a ghost is, as a rule, a ghost is somebody who was a living human. Okay. And now they're deceased. Most of the time, I do believe they hang out because they can. I'm not of the belief system that anybody hanging around is stuck. I do know those that are stuck. I call those shades, the ones that they don't know they're dead. They have that right. Kind of like, maybe they died violently or unexpected. It just wasn't in the plan. And they're the ones you literally can, and it's not hard crossover. That's literally, they go to the light, Carol Ann, go to the light. And I've done it many times within investigations, within seances. But other than that, they hang out because they can, whether they want to watch the kids or grandkids grow up or hang from the chandelier at the hotel they got married in or the prison they were tortured in. But that's what a ghost is to me. It's different than a residual. You guys know that in the paranormal. Residual haunting is just like video, basically. It's like the lady in white who walks by every hour at the bed and breakfast. It's like that poor ghost doesn't have to do that. It's just video. She's not going to react to you like a real spirit will.
So interesting. I've never done the paranormal stuff. I'm a medium and I just kind of stay on that level, but I just find it so...
It is a different world.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a different world. Right. So do you use ghost and spirit interchangeably?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Depends, again, speaking to your audience. If I'm in a more metaphysical or spiritual group, not a paranormal group, I'm going to use spirit and the word spirit more. If I'm in a group, am I in a paracon in the paranormal world, I'm going to use the word ghost because that's the word they know. It's that old Hollywood speak to your audience, which again, I'm born and raised in Hollywood. Like say if you're teaching, my favorite is sex education. You have one truth to it. If you're teaching to like horny grade school and junior high, you're going to teach it one way. Med students another way. You know, the old folks going into the home another way. But it's still that one truth. But speak to your audience.
Yeah.
And that's the Willow, of which I wholeheartedly apologize for.
I'm the last practitioner too.
I can mute and yell at her.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We're all used to it. You know, the Amazon comes, the dogs bark. We're used to it. This is the day we live now, right?
Her best friend must be walking by or something.
It's somebody. Yeah, Amazon. I like that. Hi everybody. So on the right hand side, you can see the comments from
Oh, wait, let
Facebook,
me open the comments.
YouTube.
Hi,
You
everybody.
can say hello to everybody. We have Kay Douglas, Trish, Seymour Barrier, Tessia, and Kelly. So hi everybody. So later on in the show, we'll take some questions. So if you have a question for Patti, me, or Cassie, just let us know, and we will get to you and answer you. What comes up a lot for me in my work, we live in, me and Cassie kind of live in the Bible Belt of Texas, right? And so being a medium, I get a lot about the demons and all that stuff. Just talk. If I gave you the word demon, what would you say about that?
Demon is so high overrated. I honestly believe at least 99% of what people say are demons are not.
Okay.
They're just cranky ass ghosts. Cranky in life, cranky in death. Demon wannabe. I wish I was a demon kind of thing. No, a demon, You're going to know it. You're not going to wonder. Really, way. I mean, even on TV, even on the shows I work, it's like, it's a demon. No, it's just cranky old ghosts. Really, a demon.
That's what I say. I said this isn't Hollywood. Yeah, that's what I believe too. I have a hard time. I mean, I believe they're there. Do you believe that they exist?
Yeah, I do believe that they exist, but I just don't think there's a demon in every haunted house you go into, or because you smell a little bit of this or something is negative. Humans are negative. We're not demons. We have the positive ones and the negative ones. There's more positive than negative, which I think is true of spirits or ghosts or whatever you want to call them. You walk to the mall now during holiday time, and almost everybody are good people. Some of them are cranky. They're not demons.
Touche, right? Yeah.
For sure.
Talk to me a little bit about what a lot of our listeners, gosh, they're all saying hello. Say hello, everybody. Hello. So excited to have Patti on. A lot of our listeners are kind of new, at least a lot of our listeners are kind of new to metaphysical. So we just like to train and to teach. But the one thing that I get the most in my readings is, what is my loved one? Because you're a medium as well. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of times, the most asked question, what are they doing on the other side? Can you speak to that just a little bit? Can you tell us what is our loved ones doing over there on the other side?
They're doing lots of fun things. In my experience, there's no space and time on the other side. So they could be watching the grandkids, hanging out, watching the grandkids grow up, and fishing at their favorite spot, and in the heavens, if they believe in the pearly gates. I study religion, I study philosophy. So to me, the closest thing, there's a faith we have to figure out as we go. But to me, the closest belief system is that of the ancient Sumerians. They actually believed you kind of went to the heaven that you believe in. Kind of like the Matrix. Like, if you believe and you want to get to the pearly gates, you're going to get to the pearly gates. If you part of the great consciousness, you want to be part of the Akashic records and just that informational everything, that's where you're going to go. You want to become part of a tree? Great. I do believe in reincarnation. And I think, again, if there's no time and space, you could be at the pearly gates, if you believe in that, hanging out, watching your grandkids, and reincarnated. I knew I figured out who I was in a different life once. And it's like, and I'm super skeptic when I go there. Yeah, right. But I found the house without knowing the address. We had these age things. She died at 30. I was born at 30 years old. All this stuff. But so, okay, I'm her. That's great. I know where she's buried, right in Hollywood. I know where her house is. I found it by myself within half a mile from my house. And okay, I am her. And then she came to a seance. I'm like, how this is my whole philosophy. How could you and her and me? But even with reincarnation, I don't think I am all of that person.
Okay.
Essences of like karmic lines up. We have some of the same issues. I have some of her memories. I have a lot of her memories. I have some of her stuff, but it's like somebody else might have part of her too. So I remember when I discovered all this decades ago, like in the 80s, the Shirley MacLaine days, when can everybody be Cleopatra? Everybody was somebody famous. It's like, right. We all have essences of what, it's a lot for our tiny little human brains.
I know. That explains a lot though to me, because I get that all the time. Well, if my loved one is reincarnated, how can you be talking to them too? Right. And I said, it's the essence of who they were, and this lifetime is who I'm talking with. but I believe that parts of the soul can still be reincarnated. So you explain it really well because it's essences of, right?
Essences of, and no time and space. They're not born yet. They're dead already. They're here now. That's what's hard for our little human brain.
Yeah. You know what's so hard for my little human brain as a medium? And it came up this weekend too. I was in Norfolk, Virginia at a spiritualist church teaching and doing and serving spirit there. And we got on the subject of famous people. And I was of the belief system that I can't channel a famous person if I had no link to them. What do you think about that?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, they say. I was like, I don't know. If I have no link to them, why are they coming to me?
Well, because you're a door. You have an open sign. You have an I can see you sign. To me, big in life, big in death.
Okay.
If you are, Betty, the quiet secretary, and this was your life, you're Betty, the quiet ghost. If you're Clark Gable, you're Clark Gable, the ghost. And somebody wants to talk to you, hell yes. We were just in Texas. You were at the seance, right, Cassie?
I was, yes.
Yeah. And one girl, she was almost apologetically saying, oh, I want to talk to Mae West. Is that weird? Like, no, that's not weird at all. Like, the people I've talked to has been amazing. And like the biggest, loudest, weirdest thing that happened all night was with Mae West, because Mae West, what would you expect? Anything different?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yes, you can. You have a little open sign. You're working it. You open the veil or whatever your method is. So
yep. And you just call on them, and you believe that they will come. Yeah.
Yeah, you believe in them. Everybody has different methods and techniques. I have a veil kind of technique, but
sure.
If you have, I've certainly done it with, again, being in the middle of Hollywood. I've done things for Prince or Michael Jackson. And I've literally had Michael Jackson's mask from Thriller or Prince's whole outfit, and that gives you that much more touchstone. Yes, but you don't have to have it. You don't have to have it at all.
Interesting.
I was doing a TV show, and it was a food TV show. I'm not used to being paranormal, which means they don't understand why the cameras drain. I say, paranormal. But the food was the star, but it was doing a seance, and they wanted to talk to Elvis, Charlton Heston, Frank Sinatra, and Marilyn Monroe. So they were cooking their favorite food, and then I gave them very specific ingredients that I would use in my herby mix to call things in, my witchy mix, but they had to put it in the food. So it was about the food. But and it was calling in all stars. Marilyn actually came. She was good. Elvis, not so much. Frank Sinatra, not so much. Charlton Heston came. He was so mad at me. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And I forgot he came from that day and age. He was a movie star.
Yeah.
Not doing reality television. Up until in the olden days, you were a movie actor or a TV actor. Now it's a complete cross. Movie people do TV, TV people do movies. It's not that, but oh my God, how dare I call Charlton Heston into a crappy docuseries on Food Network or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Heston.
I've channeled Jerry Lewis before, but I had someone he knew in front of me who was trying to connect with him. So in my mind, okay, that's why I was able to do it. So I didn't think that I could do it I'm going to try. That's going to be my next challenge to myself. I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try and do it. So same hold true for angels. Let's talk about angels really quick. Again, coming from that spiritualist church, we have a lot of people in there who love to channel the angel energy. And I'm just, again, questioning in my own mind, because it's healthy to question and it's healthy to be skeptic. Yes.
Yes, always. That's where I start.
You gotta be healthy, right? But for me, and I know you probably do this too, but the angel energy is so powerful. Do you believe we're really channeling the whole energy? Or are we channeling essence of an angel? What's your thought on angels?
My angels, it's funny. I am so elemental. I'm not that. I mean, I believe in angels. Angels are great. I am not that much of an angel girl.
You're not.
No, I mean, I love them, and if maybe or whoever that is, but I don't go. And Gabriel is talking to me. Angels, to me, they're dextral. We have a sinistral side and a dextral side. They are the most holy on high vibration. Under God or source or whatever that is.
Yes.
They don't have free will. They don't. They could do two things. They can enlighten, a great thing, and they can protect. Two of the best things to do, but they can't cause shift and change other than enlighten. So again, I'm not going to bother some archangel with my little human things. I mean, if I'm in a dire place, I will. I don't know that I'm going to sit around a seance table and bring in the highest vibration of archangels. That's just me, though. So therefore, because I believe that, that's going to be my truth. It might not be somebody else's truth, who is an angel person, and that's their gig. That's who they work with. You know, I'm much more likely to talk to dragons and fairies and spirits.
Gotcha. More elementals.
Yes,
I was dragons, because Cassie says you're a dragon lover. So let's talk about dragons.
Let's talk about dragons.
I am not elemental. I'm dead people. That's it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let Cassie take over on the elemental stuff.
Well, so one of the things that I love, and we'll go back to your to reference your book, because I feel like I also blew through that really fast at the beginning. But one of the things that I love about I love about just the rituals I have done with you in the classes and things that I've taken with you is that you keep things so simple. They're so simple, yet they are so powerful. And I just kind of want to talk about that a little bit, because of especially like when we're working with the dragons and the dragon energy and things like that. Can you just kind of expand on that?
Yeah. Okay. Dragon is spirit. We understand everything can be a spirit. A thing is the spirit of love, the spirit of an angel, the spirit of God, the spirit of a tree. A thing is a spirit. And dragons actually have been around forever and ever and ever. Every belief system, the Chinese dragon, the Asian dragon, medieval dragon. Oftentimes they are given like scary, a bad rap. But in my belief system, almost anything that anybody says is bad or scary it's just powerful. But we, and to control people, go powerful is bad, like dragons, breaking a mirror, walking under a ladder, a black cat, the number 13. Those aren't good. Those aren't bad. Those are powerful. So somebody who wants to control you is going to say it's bad. But dragons, again, have been around forever. Like I said, angels are up here. They're in the heavens. They can't do a lot down here except enlighten and protect. Two great things. Dragons, they are crossroads energy. Whether you believe they're a fire-breathing beast or not, doesn't really matter. It's the energy of dragon. And think any magical thing, you work crossroads, like even looking at voodoo, you work the crossroads. I'm going to take it to because at the crossroads, you get to change a path. It just, or driving down the street, when one-way road goes one way. You get a crossroads, you have choice. So dragons, I teach people the energy of dragon, whether you believe it's a big beast, and I get the simplest, littlest. I honestly, the movie stars that have this like 30-cent dragon sitting next to their desk or on their computer or on an altar, you can get a fancier one, but I teach people how to create the spirit, breathe the life into it, feed it. They drink whatever they drink. It's just like, it's kind of like lighting a candle in church or whatever they're doing. And the power that it lets people open up their own power of dragon. Because again, I also, in the psychological world, I'm mind, body, spirit. 20,000 books are written about mind, body, spirit. You'll never surpass your own thought pattern. We get that. Body, you have to take action. You have to get off the couch. Spirit, less tangible, but that's the power that makes something happen. That's the energy. That's the battery. You could get that anyway. You could get it through your religion. Go to church and pray. You could do it through New Age, vision boards, affirmations. You could do what I would do: scalp, candle working, herbs, oils. But anybody could look at anything they've ever accomplished in their life. They've had the mind, body, spirit. They believed they could do it, and they were worthy of it. They got off the couch to take action, and they had that spirit or faith behind it. The stuff you haven't quite gotten, one of those need tweaking. You don't really believe it, or you're not taking action towards it, or you don't have the spirit. Working with dragon, it gives you that. You talk to it every day. Here's what I need. I have a headache. Make it go away. I'm kind of broke right now. I need a raise. I need whatever that is. I'm lonely. I have my friend call. You're breathing life into it. Breath is your pneuma, your life force. Every creation story, you're breathing, whether it's God into man or man into your dragon. Your breath is your pneuma. The moisture in your breath is your life force. So it's teaching people to, remember, take their own power and create a real spirit, because the spirit mind, you set it up, your dragon's going to help you. Body, you talk to it, you feed it. The spirit is that you've honestly created the spirit of a dragon, a real dragon, a real dragon. If whether it's an energy force or it wants to have flying wings. Literally, since I've been teaching people that, and I've said this in class, it's like I've seen them stop abusive relationships. They stopped the LA Dodgers Sports Illustrated curse, because sports people are very, they use the word superstitious, not what, and Sports Illustrated did a thing and they crashed. So I'm sitting there with Dodgers and sports people chanting and charging a dragon. They won the playoffs. They won the World Series. We made ESPN National. We made LA News, great enough, but we made ESPN National. And I've even had somebody, their dragon said, they were at a concert and said, leave now. Her dragon had a voice, and it got them seconds away from that massacre at Mandalay Bay in Vegas. Wow. Dragon is powerful. And even one of my scariest seance stories, I let somebody get out of hand. I let somebody get disrespectful. It's all about respect, no matter who or what you're dealing with. You got disrespectful, and things were happening. The French doors flying open, the speakers coming on, white noise, all this stuff. But he said something else really bad, and I let him get away with it. Not him, but the cameraman facing him burst into flames. He was not standing in front of a fireplace. He was not standing in front of a candle, like a V up his back, like angel wings of fire. Everybody's screaming. 2 cameras caught it. It's on film. One camera starts filming the ceiling or the floor. You just this cameraman, he's like, and he, poor guy, was facing the wrong way, wonder why everybody's screaming and pointing at him. And me, cool medium witch Patti, becomes medic Patti, which I am. I'm EMT. I'm EMT 1 cardiology tech specialist, like that. Drop and roll, and I'm calling in my protector, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not okay. Nobody, oh my God, spontaneous combustion, not okay, not okay. We're done. Okay. Shut the veil, shut the veil, shut the veil. But the guy who caught on fire, who was a super skeptic, he was intrigued. He's like, oh my God, I did spontaneous combustion, like Spinal Tap. I'm okay. I have a sweater. I'll take the shirt off as I'm watching the blistering on his back. I'm like, not okay. But I talked to the spirit, not a demon, just a cranky ghost, even who could burst into flames, not a demon, just a Hollywood cranky. We were at Marilyn Manson's house in the middle of the Hollywood Hills. It was a cranky spirit. So talk to him, and the kid who caused it, the disrespectful kid, was no longer going to be disrespectful. He's like, didn't say a word. But the coolest thing, which turns it into a good story, is that 3 weeks later, the guy who caught on fire, he said, Patti, look at my back. And I looked at where the scarring was. It totally looked like he had got a tattoo of a dragon. Open mouth, sharp teeth, winged head into the shape of a serpent on the whole small of his back. And I'm like, oh my God, you have a tramp stamp of a dragon.
Of a dragon.
That is about the coolest thing and he thought so too. He actually wrote a movie with Stephen Norrington, the guy who wrote The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and the Blade series, about this TV medium who does every TV show, and then a portal opens. And they haven't done it yet. If they ever do it, I hope somebody fabulous plays me, but it's funny and scary like I like. But I did, and this is my lesson to all of us who are on TV all the time, or even YouTube. If they ever do it, I sat down with him for 5 hours, and I go, Laurent, his name's Laurent Malachi. I go, you can't say that on TV or in a movie. He goes, but you said it. I go, I know I said it. That opens a portal. That's a heka. That's a sound. You don't want to be one of those cursed horror films, do you? Which happens all the time. A spirit, a demon, does not know the difference of an actor reading the lines who's saying a sound that opens a vortex or a portal, or somebody really doing it. They don't know. So if they ever do it, we've changed all the words. They'll sound just as scary, but all the actors won't die at 27.
So I don't even know how to follow that.
Dragon. I do. I know how to follow that. So what are because I love that. So I've heard I've heard you tell that story before, and I do. It's one of my favorites. And also, let's touch on a little bit of one of the other things that I love that you do is the sigils and the sigil magic.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. What's a sigil?
A sigil is a symbol. A sigil, This pentacle is a sigil. This little evil eye, a cross, a Star of David, a dollar sign, a heart. They are symbols or sigils. In chaos magic, way back with a guy named Austin Osman Spare, created this thing called a Spare sigil. It's literally taking words and then turning them into a little art piece where you can't really read the words. Like say, love, beauty, art. Love, beauty, art. You're going to take away all the extra letters and you're going to turn it into this little artsy thing that you don't really see it. It is so powerful because you're putting your energy into it. It's amazing how many like Fortune 500 companies use it, how logos are so often done as magical sigils. Because again, it's what you put into it. It's what you put the energy, your intent, as with everything is intent, but you have this tangible thing here. I put them, do I have any of my candles sitting all over? I usually have candles with things all over it and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So that's what a sigil is. It's part of chaos magic, but anybody could do it. You don't have to be a chaos magician or anything like that. There's books on it. Artists or people like Cassie can draw beautiful ones.
Yeah.
You have the power of all those words and nobody knows what it is, but you've put it into every little dot or ink or paint of the sigil.
Interesting. I find that very interesting. I think that's what Cassie was doing. You're doing sigils, right?
Yes.
Creating them and yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Which Patti is actually who I learned about sigils from to begin with, and inspired some of those sigils that I've created and things like that. So.
Yeah, and you make beautiful ones, and that's great because see, I have the artistic ability of a blindfolded 5-year-old. And they're just as powerful. So if somebody can't draw or paint, they're just as powerful, but they're not pretty. Somebody like Cassie, you could really do a lot with that.
There you go. There you go. I have a quick question, just because I like to ask everybody. What do you think our purpose as a soul here is? And like, I'm still trying to figure out what my belief system is on heaven or whatever we call wherever we go. I'm kind of leaning towards the Buddhist of the 7 levels, but I just want to ask everybody, like, what's your belief system? Where are you at with that?
I borrow from everybody.
Do you? See?
My grandfather, I wasn't raised with any kind of belief system.
Me neither.
I wasn't raised in the Bible. My grandfather was a very famous philosopher, psychologist, atheist, almost evangelical atheist. So he knew more about pretty much every religion than anybody, but he thought it was all a weakness or bullpucky. He was an academic, a science guy. But I see energy when I would drive by a church or a temple or a mosque or a synagogue or a park, and I'd see that energy and want to go in. Mm-hmm. And if you take it down to the energy of level, it's all the same. It's what template do you use? It's what do you want to use? Like you change the template on your cell phone, you change the template on your screen on whatever. Yeah. You could use science words like Grandpa, because I read his books now, and it's like, oh, Grandpa, all your yappity, you believe the same thing I do. You just use academic science words, and I'll use witchy words, or you could use Judeo-Christian words, or you could use New Age words. But if you look at the truth line of the basic truth, I mean, sure, they're all going to have left things. So it's just, you find, to me, it's how you navigate life and how you navigate the afterlife and how you get there. It's like a roadmap, and use whichever one works for you. Who's to say, like for me to get to my house, to you guys, who's to say there's one right way? Right. I might want to walk. I might want to bicycle. I might want to fly. I might want to drive. Who's to say, no, this is the only way to get there?
Right.
I think the purpose of life, this is school. This is for us to learn and evolve.
That I think too.
Some people don't. Some people choose not to, and that's okay. No judgments.
Nope, no judgment at all. I think that's perfect. Perfect. We have people who are commenting on the side, so I just want to say hello, everybody. Colin, I always felt I'm here to learn. Learn what I have no idea, though.
Everything.
Learn everything. Oh, yeah. Go up a little bit. Let me see. I think it's Brad. I was calling in archangels last night and agree fully. I was told by one of them, nope, not going to do it. I am a benevolent. What is benevolent?
Positive. Benevolent. There's malevolent and there's benevolent. There's
okay.
Negative and positive.
Positive.
Scary.
Yeah. Oh, that's from Sean. So good stuff from the peanut gallery, I like to say.
He's one of those students at my school at University Magicus. Hi, Sean. You're dealing with Sean. Yep.
Yes.
Do you remember your first interaction with spirit? Like when you first had a thing?
Yeah. I think I was definitely well before kindergarten. Yeah, because I was shy. I was such a shy child. So didn't talk, and I was kind of a loner. I'd stay in my room with my stuffed animals or my little rubber. Oh my God! I just put my little rubber toys.
Oh, you still have them.
I'm still playing with little rubber toys.
You're still playing with little rubber toys,
like the rubber ones instead of. I mean, I have crystal dragons, but I call them itty bits. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Revelation. But there was this creature that lived in the closet, literally almost a cliche of what kids say. And the ones under the bed, and there was this little short ones. Even now, I'm looking back, I go, oh, I wonder if those little short ones were like elementals or aliens. I don't know. They were just my friends. There were the good ones and the not good ones. It was never that scary, though. I was just always obsessed with talking to the dead, just because they were interesting, not in a morbid way at all. That's why my seance, I was 7.
Were you raised in a home that was open to that kind of thing?
Yeah, my mom said, again, my dad would have been Sephardic Jewish, except my grandfather was this big atheist. So raised with, and my mom would have been good old like Protestant, Southern, whatever, though she wasn't really raised with it either. But my mom always said, when I would say something or whatever, she goes, yeah, grandma did that too. Yeah, grandma always knew when something. Grandma always did that. Oh yeah, something or an angel used to edit her thing. She would always, so it was never taught out of me, and it was more than anything. It was never evil or bad.
Never,
the gift in so many people because of the fear based in so many religions that it's bad. How could that be? You know?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Kay Douglas wants to know. So, do you believe in soul planning?
I don't know what soul planning is. What is soul planning?
I don't want to speak for her, but I wonder if it's like the contracts thing. Like, when you're soul, you get to plan your life to come and learn lessons. Do you believe in that kind of thing?
Well, I think we dance. I think that there's fate. There's certain things that are fate. We have destiny, what we can do, and we have free will. That's what makes us, in so many ways, even more powerful than angels, because we have free will. We can make mistakes. We could take the left path. We could take the right path. We could go up. But I think it's learning to dance between fate, destiny, and free will to be your best good or not best good. But I don't know what soul planning other than that is.
Yeah, no, I think was it. She said yes. So
okay,
yeah, because a lot of people believe before you come to Earth, like the is it the Pixar show Soul?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think yes, but I also think, again, if there's no time and space, that tricky thing again, that if I could say, okay, I'm probably going to, even as a psychic or medium, I will never ever once say this is going to happen. I've just taken away their free will. Because if I say, okay, Cassie, when you walk out of your house, a bird's going to poop on your head. I just know it. I'm such a good psychic. I know when you're going to walk out of the house. I know when the bird's going to poop. I know when it's going to fly over. 10 to 1, you're going to figure, you're going to walk out and the bird's going to poop on the head. Instead, go walk out the back door today, wear a big hat, put up an umbrella. The person who told me, when I was a little kid, they said I was going to have 3 husbands. I am on my 3rd husband. It's good. But she would have said, you might, in your path or probability, you might have 3 husbands, but you could avoid the first 2 if you don't marry blah blah blah. Okay,
there you go.
That's a positive way to step into it, because we have free will. So I think there is some soul planning, but I still think there's a dance.
I do too. Yeah, because too much free will, and then sometimes you may go the wrong path. We'll say the left path, not really wrong, because there's really no wrong, but I think eventually you get to the right path.
Yeah,
right. So I believe. Yeah.
I mean, I take a very windy path, and that's
life will be harder. Life will be easier.
Life will be scenic.
You're in flow. You're not so much in flow.
Exactly.
Get back in flow.
You're in alignment. You're not in alignment. Big dance. Tiffany says, I see the dates when my relatives passed away on license plate numbers a lot. Does that mean they are around me?
Maybe. Numbers are a language. So if you're getting it, that means they are, or there's a reason for spirit to talk to you. Numbers are a language. It's an international language. It's it's getting more and more strong all the time. It literally is what's bringing science and spirituality together. That is what the quantum sciences are, all down to numbers, from computers on to who we are to what this is. In the beginning was the word was numbers. So
Numbers.
yes, numbers are a language. So spirit sometimes talks through that.
I love it. Let's pull some cards. Anybody have a question for Patti? Put it in the comment section. Anybody from YouTube or Facebook? Yeah, we have our cards ready. So we'll do a little bit of card reading right now. Everybody got their cards? Cassie, what cards are you using today?
I am using my angel. It's actually like an angel crystal deck. Angels and crystals.
Angels and crystals.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so Colin says, I do think a lot of the answers we are looking for will be found in quantum physics.
Yeah.
That's been coming a lot lately. I keep hearing the word quantum physics a lot lately.
Yeah, for sure.
They're crashing together. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting to watch. Kelly Marie, it's been a minute for a card for me. So let's pull a card for Kelly Marie. Yes.
All right.
So are we all pulling a card? Is that how you guys?
Yep, we all do it.
Or it can be a psychic reading.
Yeah. Up to you, Patti, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, I'll go first. Kelly, I pulled the money card. So when I'm looking at this card, I know that this year's been a lot of chaos when it comes to money in and out. This card is saying that the way to abundance is finally coming in. It's flowing in. So for 2023, I feel like you're finding more ways to find your abundance in life. I feel like there may even be a job change. So know that that's coming in. Again, 2022 was probably a downturn year on money for you, but I feel like 2023 is the upswing. At least that's what it shows in the cards. So good luck with that. Who's next? Cassie.
I just pulled the diamond card. So value, just always making sure that you're valuing your self-worth.
Very nice. Very nice.
So Patti.
I have creative ones, and the way that I'm seeing it is that, again, yes, to all the money and value and all that, but it's really about, I talk a lot left brain, right brain, your left reasoning, rational, and that right creative, intuitive. I would say that you are opening up to either spirituality or your artistic side, your creative side, and seeing that that's where you're getting fulfillment. Yes, job, yes, money, and all that. I agree with that, but it's really about, oh, this is who I am, and this is what I'm discovering, and it's going to be a beautiful journey.
Fantastic.
Yay. Who's next, Cass?
Oh, let's see. Let's go with let's go with Georgina out on YouTube.
Georgina. What will next year bring? Okay, so Georgina, I'll go first. Ooh, Georgina, I pulled this card. It's so pretty. Ooh, let me get it to the right place. It's all full of purples, really pretty purples. But anyway, it says self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. So 2023 will be a year about all independence for you. Yeah, I'd say create your savings account. I would just become very, very self-reliant and just learning to just rely on you. And I'd say we're releasing all those attachments you have to other people and other things will be a big priority for you in 2023. So remember what I'm saying, it's self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. And you're going to be releasing a lot of attachments in 2023 is what I'm feeling. Who's next?
So I pulled the Jade card, and just very simply, it's, just kind of take stock of your health. And just kind of, it says recovery of health and wellness is here. Yay. So I feel like it's a positive sign. Just be mindful of it.
Perfect.
Patty?
I've stayed with 8 because ways of being and that whole thing. But this one's 8 of Swords. I'm saying that she's very much getting a thought process. I'm going for it. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for it. So it goes both with what you guys were saying. It goes kind of hand in hand, but just like, I'm going to get to the finish line here. I'm going to make this happen, and trusting your logical side a little bit more. And just going for it, taking on the warrior a little bit in a good sense of the way. So it should be fun. Good year.
Good year. Yeah, I think it's a good year for sure. What's next?
Stephanie Hurt.
I love
and I am just kind of going randomly.
Yep.
As I pull. We got to get Patti off here in a couple of minutes because she has another show immediately after this, which you all should go check out.
Yes.
But yes.
So. Okay, Stephanie, I pulled the cheer up card. It's time to start living in the moment, right? So this is your reminder. Stop worrying about the past, stop worrying about the future, and to really be present in today, the moment, right? Because I feel like you're so busy or you're juggling so much that it's hard to just stay in the moment and appreciate the beauty in the moment, right? So if you're feeling stressed, it's because of that. There's too much worry. So I want you to practice this week, just staying in the moment, live in the moment, be here, be present, right? And then live it up and have fun.
Right. So which actually kind of following that same message is I pulled the Larimer card, which is sensitive emotion. So times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. Be kind with yourself.
There you go. And Patti.
Yeah. Mine goes very hand in hand too. I've got about faith. Just having faith in whatever you believe in, faith in yourself and stepping into it and not focusing on what's negative. Very much similar to you, Tracy, not like what you don't have, but what you do have. Where you put your energy is where your focus is where you live and what grows. You know, your classic glass half empty, glass half full, your classic, feed the good wolf. And that's what it's about and trusting that. So, yay.
Yay. Probably have run one more, probably.
All right. Let's go with Tracy Hop.
Tracy Hop. Oh, look at all these animals. They're like koala. Is it the koala? Tracy, I got Learn to Let Go, right? I want to sing that song, let it go, right? So it's time to let go of what's no longer serving you. I would say that should be a focus in 2023 for you, is just to let some things go. That even includes some negative emotions you may be holding on to, like clear the air, clear the soul, clear the spirit. It's time to let go. Cass.
Well, I think it's super fun that you brought up that song because I feel like that song gets overused, and it's such a powerful song. It really is, because it really is all about that moment of really stepping in your power and really kind of shedding all those things that don't serve you. And the card that I pulled for you is the Charolite, which it's spiritual protection. So you are watched and protected over physically, emotionally, and energetically. So just know that as you're letting go of all these things and releasing it, that it's safe for you to do so.
There you go, Patti.
And I pulled the moon card, which goes hand in hand. And a good way to do that, what both of them said, is follow the moon cycle. We are 60% water. Right now, the moon is waning. Wake up in the morning, go, I'm going to let go of whatever's not serving me. On the 23rd, on the new moon, go inside, what do I want? The next 2 weeks while moon's waxing, I'm going to add more of this, more joy, more happiness, more whatever. Full moon, get out and celebrate. Tap into our tides. Early men did it. We don't do it so much anymore, but that's a way to release what you don't want, bring in what you do want with the grace and ease of the moon.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good stuff, Patti. Thank you for being on the show. Cassie, put up where they can find Patti if they're wanting a reading or to get a hold of Patti.
So, okay. So one of the things that I do want to mention, so Patti, you are, tell them a little bit about, because you do classes through University Magicus, you do you work with Paraflix. You tell them all the things that
I
they
will
can
tell
find.
them all. Yes, you can find me at pattinegri.com. I am a 1/3 owner of Paraflix, which is an all paranormal network. For those of us who've already seen everything on Discovery Channel and Travel Channel twice or 3 times, here's a new network with 90% new programming. Paraflix.com. It's like $3.99 a month streaming service. We're competing with the big kids. It's really good. And then my school, I started a school last year too with 2 partners called University Magicus, and we call it a real life Hogwarts. But we have like 20 different teachers, different belief systems. We don't say here's the truth, here is a truth. I teach mediumship, psychic development, a lot of witchy things, spell crafting, spirit guides, protections. We have paranormal investigators. We have my vampire partner. We have all sorts of things, but positive, forward-moving magic and spirituality. Old-fashioned mystery school, universitymaggicus.com.
Nice. And where can people find your book? At pattinegri.com.
On my website or Amazon. Amazon has it in ebook, audiobook, or print, which might even be faster right now. $6 ebook or audiobook. The print book's $12. You know, it's an easy read. It's a fast read. I literally spent more time unwriting it on purpose, which is why it's been like a bestseller in like 5 countries continually. Because it's easy and it's fast. Because we
is that why?
Just like Cassie said, oh, my magic, it's easy and fast and powerful.
Easy, fast.
Easy, fast, and powerful. I love it.
Love it. We love it. Well, thanks again for being on our show. We really appreciate it. Our listeners love you. So thank you so much. We can't wait to have you back. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening in. I'm going, and if anybody after you guys are over, go over to my YouTube or Facebook, The Witches Movie Coven. All we do, it's 4 witches talking about witchy movies and things. Last week we talked about Harry Potter, or we sometimes talk about my favorite Wizard of Oz. Now we're going to, I think, another Potter and Krampus. So come see, watch a scary movie.
Yay. So, everybody go hop on over there. She's going over there now. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.